Hi, I'm Jill Maurer, and today we're talking about my Chanel wallet on chain. And my Chanel wallet on chain is a little different from a lot of the normal wallets on chain. And I looked on YouTube and there aren't too many videos about this particular one, so I wanted to talk about this. This is actually called the Chanel Golden Class Small. It is considered a purse. The wallet on chain, or WOC as we affectionately call it, is considered an SLG, or a small leather good. It's sold more like a wallet than like a purse, but people use it as a purse or as a wallet. I wanted to consider the wallet on chain, but the traditional one, or the classic one maybe would be what you would call it, it just wasn't quite right for me when I was thinking about it. And for just a brief moment, this particular bag came out and it called my name. So I think I got this. This was part of the cruise collection, the 2014 cruise collection. And a lot of times when there's a bag that I know won't be out forever, I'll get that one as opposed to the classic one, because I know that typically I can get the classic one at any time. So I'm going to review this bag, and I'll also talk about some of the differences, some of the pros and cons between this and the classic wallet on chain, and I'll also show you what can fit into this bag. So this is the Golden Class, the Chanel Golden Class Small in a navy in lambskin. And it is the same size as the classic wallet on chain. And as far as I know, it is pretty much the same configuration. I'll go over it. One of the main differences between this bag and the wallet on chain is the clasp. And while I normally prefer a bag that doesn't have logos, this is just me personally, I happen to really like this particular clasp and its logos. So for me, this works well. The way that you open it is you flip the CCs up, and then that's how the clasp works. What's nice about this for me is that it looks more like a bag than the wallet on chain to me. And also it feels more secure. When I snap something shut, I'm just not sure as I'm walking around and going about my day that it is staying closed. This I feel more secure about it really being closed. So when you open it, what was that? So when you open it, and sometimes it makes an interesting noise. When you open it, you have what looks like the love letter pocket in a traditional bag, a flat bag, but instead of going up, this pocket actually goes down, and it goes down the full length of the bag. For me, this is a good place to carry, especially if I'm traveling, to carry extra cash that I don't want anybody to see, or maybe my passport or a copy of my passport, something that I don't really need to access very often, but I want to have with me. That's what I find this pocket to be best for. Then there's a pocket here. On the inside, there's another pocket here, and then there's a zippered pocket. And then on the very inside of the bag are 6 card slots. This bag compresses pretty small, but as you can see, it expands to be reasonably large for such a small bag. The dimensions of this bag, which are the same as the standard wallet on chain, are 7¼ by 5 by 1. And this one has a 25-inch drop on the handle, on the strap. The main difference, another difference between the wallet on chain and this bag, is that you can actually take this strap off. And this was one of the main selling features to me, because the wallet on chain, you can kind of finagle with it and tuck it underneath, tuck it in here, but it's taking up some of the bag. In this one, you can take it all the way off and just carry it as a clutch. You can also wind this around a couple times. So here's what I've done. I just connected it on one side, pulled this over, created the strap there, pulled it again, and then hook it. Elegantly and gracefully hook it. There you go. And then close the bag. Then you have a bag that sort of has, you can carry like this. So that's the deal. And I suppose if you're really small, you can carry it as a shoulder bag. I don't carry it as a shoulder bag that way, but it has kind of a different look. This makes this a really nice travel bag because it can be the ladylike bag, it can be the evening clutch, and it can be the crossbody. And what's nice about that crossbody is in the winter you can wear it completely under a coat, so it feels very secure. And then you can also carry this bag to the theater or to anywhere dancing, somewhere where you want your bag to be with you and secure, but you want both of your hands and there are times when you want to feel like it isn't there. I really enjoy this bag. I get a lot of use out of it and I love it. Now let's talk about what fits inside the bag. The very minimal thing that I usually want to carry is a wallet, phone, and keys. The bag itself acts as a wallet. I put my cards in here, and if I want to carry cash, which is not all the time, I would put it in the zippered area. And then I have the iPhone 8 Plus, fits in there just fine. And as you can see, and then generally speaking, I carry a Louis Vuitton clay. Now, if I'm going out for the evening and I don't need a bunch of keys, I will sometimes just put a house key in here. It depends on whether I'm driving. But I can put this in, and then I can get a lipstick. And then I even have room, sometimes I'll carry business cards. I can put that in. So you can see that this gets pretty wide. That's not stressing it at all. Now, the other thing that I can do, so I can also put my sunglasses here on top. You can't get them in if it's in a sunglass case with all this stuff, but you can just put it right there on top. And that's it. So you see, for a small bag, it does get pretty big and it does hold quite a bit. Now I will do some mod shots. So for reference, I am 5 feet 7 inches tall. So for me, this is very comfortable. For me, this is the ideal crossbody length. If you were taller, for sure this would be good. If you get too much shorter, it might be too long. I'm not sure, but for me, this is absolutely ideal. So that is my take on the Chanel Golden Class small handbag or wallet on chain. Now, you can't buy these anymore, but of course, a lot of people buy things on the secondary market, and these do come up from time to time. So if it does come up and you are interested in it, it is a bag that I recommend. I have carried mine a lot and really enjoy it. That's it for now. Let me know what you think about the Chanel Golden Class, or if you prefer the standard or classic wallet on chain. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you would like to hear anything more about this bag or have this bag compared to something else, just let me know. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.